Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Joffy Noodle Eggs here today. Got another Noodle film review for you today. Today we are looking at, if I can put my hand on it, here it is. An 80s slasher movie, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. So this edition is released by Arrow. It's just a standard edition Blu-ray with the normal Blu-ray and the reversible cover. There we go. Yeah, quite like that, but I'll stick to the normal one at the moment. Little synopsis for you. The film starts off with it's in the sort of like vent area of supposedly the mall, and it's quite a big vent, and you see this guy sort of like creeping around on it, and then he sort of creeps out and calls into like a storeroom where he's seen by a security guard.
You ain't no mannequin. This ain't Halloween, pal. Where do you think you're going, huh?
So already we're at our first death and we're just starting the film. And then we cut to the main sort of part of the shopping centre, the mall. In England they're called shopping centres, in America they're called malls. So we cut to the main mall where there's like a sort of opening sort of ceremony.
5 miles to the southern mall? No thank you. No more Saturday night. And where are my kids? And on a personal note, as a beloved parent, it gives me great personal pleasure to share with you this, our wonderful mall. The new Midwood Mall.
The film then cuts to a bar where we meet our main sort of character of the film, and her name is Melody.
You won't be sorry. I'll do a real good job. Thanks a lot.
The driving force, the person that is responsible for all of this, the mayor of Midwood, Miss Karen Wilton.
Thank you all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was campaigning for the office of mayor of this city, I made you some promises.
We then return back to the main mall where the sort of ceremony is going on, and we see that somebody is watching through the vents.
And as we complete each phase of the mall project, we'll light another section of the mall model.
I don't know how she does it. She always looks so perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, phase 1.
Thank you. Okay, folks, don't forget, I know some of you have already received your invitations to the Mall Investors 4th of July ceremony. Mark it on your calendar, and we'll see you all there. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And there we meet that woman. She's like the mayor of the town, and the two girls are watching the speech. And then we return back to seeing somebody watching from the vents. So we've met our two girls, so they then go for a walkabout after the speech to the sort of ice cream sort of store where we meet another one of our characters.
Melly, Susie, how you guys doing, huh?
They let you handle the food?
I promise not to spit in your yogurt.
Ugh, I'll pass.
She'll have vanilla buzz.
Okay, vanilla.
Trail mix.
Here you go. Melly, what are you gonna have?
I think I might have a vanilla also.
Oh, hey, here's our extra.
And as they're talking, the mayor turns up with a sort of people, including like a photographer for a paper, and the girls say, yeah, they just got a job there, so they decide to sort of like do a photo for the paper.
Tomorrow.
Ah, great. Now this is just what I'm talking about. New mall, new jobs. In fact, why don't we get a photograph with the ladies? You don't mind, do you?
No.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks.
Perfect.
Now, if you would like to go downstairs with me, I'll be glad to show.
Then we cut to the photographer with Melody, and he seems to be saying that he knows her from somewhere.
You look familiar too.
That fire last year. I'm the one that took your picture when they brought you in.
You have good memory.
That fire happened around here somewhere, didn't it?
Yeah, you're standing on it.
You know, you were pretty hysterical that night. I remember you kept saying you saw some guy.
Yeah, I saw him.
And you said he had a medal in his ear?
Yeah, some kind of religious symbol.
I don't know about you, but that sounds suspicious to me.
Yeah.
So apparently he knows her from like where the moor is. It used to be a house where this guy Eric used to live, who is in fact Melody's ex-boyfriend. But then obviously there was a fire at the house, suspicious circumstances, in which Eric's supposed to have died. So now where his house was, they'd now built the moor. And one of her favourite flowers was orchids and stuff like that. So they go to the locker, and she opens her locker and finds an orchid in there, and she has a flashback.
Surprise.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Orchids. I love orchids.
What's the matter? They're just orchids.
You don't understand. Nice flowers.
Mel, what's wrong?
Buddy, I think it's time for a little talk.
So after that, we get the guy that works at the ice cream parlour talking to the photographer guy, saying, look, you know, she's still quite not got over Eric yet, and sort of breaks him in about the story about her and her boyfriend, sort of thing. And then the guy goes running past them up the escalator, who's the son of the guy who's doing the speech at the mall ceremony.
So, what do you think? Is it arson?
It's me. I think someone dropped the ball in the investigation.
Yeah, me too. Hey, watch it.
See that kid? His dad owns this whole mall. Don't worry, jerks running their family.
I didn't mean to upset her.
Don't worry about it. Melody doesn't talk to people she doesn't like.
We then cut back to the vents. As you see, there's quite a lot of cutting in this film. We cut back to the vents, and there's a maintenance worker working on one of the air conditioning fans. So then there we go. We got one of our sort of first deaths. He gets his face mashed into the fan, which is quite cool. We then cut to back to the two girls again shopping round the mall.
My approach is simple. If you like it, buy it. Besides, you're employed now.
I can't. I gotta save my money for college.
I gotta save my money for college. I gotta save my money for college. Don't you ever do anything on impulse?
No.
Yeah, so they're still shopping around the mall, and it's amazing how long people can spend shopping at the mall. I like to go in and out. I hate going to things like places like that. These people seem to live in there. But anyway, it then cuts to like the sort of like the manager of the mall going to the security saying there's a problem in the fan area. So one of the security guards goes off to have a little look.
Hey, girls, you want to pull my chain?
Yeah, so he's been a bit pervy there, because just before that he's watching the CCTV and it's all set up in the changing rooms, and he's watching these girls try on clothes. Anyway, so he goes on investigating around the area looking to see where the fault is.
Gosh, that security guard was such a jerk. That's what I like about him. I like being giant guys like that.
Hello, ladies. Have a nice day.
So after all this sort of jibber jabber and watching them girls sort of still going around shopping and see that weird guy with the piano and stuff, it then cuts to that security guard, and he climbs out of a vent into like the warehouse room where the back is. Well, he goes through there and he ends up getting killed again by the killer that killed the other guy and the guy at the beginning. Who is obviously, it's Eric, right? Eric's still alive and he's living in the mall, sort of keeping an eye out for Melody. So he kills that security guy. We'll then cut back to the manager and the sort of she's the mayor, and they're sort of like, she's congratulating him on the sort of business that he's doing there.
What I stopped by to talk to you about, Harv. First, I wanted to congratulate you on a very successful opening. And then I just thought you might be interested to know that there's some talk going on downtown about supporting you for the city council. And if things keep going the way they have been around here, I might be persuaded to throw my support behind you too.
Oh, Karen, I want you to know that your guidance and support is of the utmost importance to me. I mean that sincerely.
Gee, Harv, you sound like you're running for office already.
After that sort of, they have a conversation, a bit of jibber jabber, and when she leaves, the manager's in there doing his paperwork, and he gets a lovely surprise. So there we go, sort of like the head or whatever it is of the security guard. Then we cut to outside the mall. It's now night time and the girls are finally leaving. It's like, you know, they must have been thrown out. They've been there all day. So they're out now having a bit of jibber jabber going towards the car.
Yeah, it's pretty cute, huh? Uh-huh. You okay getting to your car?
Yeah, other than they make me walk to Timbuktu, I'll be fine. Night, Mel.
Bye, sis.
And when Melody gets in the car, she finds a box in there like a present, and she opens it, and it's a dress that she saw in one of the stores that she liked, but she couldn't afford to buy. So surprise, surprise, a car's not starting. So the only way to start a car in this film is jumping on it by the looks of it. But anyway, so she gets out and opens the bonnet to have a look, and then she gets attacked randomly by a mugger. So she gets saved by it looks like Eric with the crossbow from the, and he shoots the mugger in the shoulder, and the mugger runs off. And then the mayor comes along and sort of talks to Melody, tells her to go home. But and then it cuts to the next day, and they are at the mall.
Have I got a scoop for you? No, this can be the big one.
Yeah, thanks, Buzz, but I'm looking for Melody. Where does she work?
Look, that's no problem, pal. All I need is to take a moment out of your valuable schedule just to accompany me. Come on.
Do I have a choice?
No.
Deal.
Let's do it, okay?
And so yeah, once again, they're at the mall. And then we cut to seeing Eric doing some of his workouts in events.
One lawless exercise machine, one crossbow, 3 pillows, one mannequin's head, one VCR, 2 video cameras, 1 tape recorder, all missing.
Well, you look into it and find out what the hell's going on.
And Devin, he didn't show up yet this morning.
I fired him last night.
What?
Don't worry, I already hired a replacement.
What about the other guy?
What guy?
Stanley. He worked the night shift. We haven't heard from him since.
Another guard?
Huh?
Nothing. Nothing, I just meant that he probably got himself another job.
And then we have a little bit of a weird bit, because we have the old sort of piano player, guy's piano. He goes to the toilet and he takes his coat off, and he's got a big bleeding wound still. So he's obviously the mugger, but this is the next day. Why hasn't he gone home and sort of cleaned up the wound? But he's still there with it bleeding. He goes to the toilet, and then he meets one of our sort of little snake friends. So he gets killed by getting bitten there by a cobra, and that's all I'm going to tell you. So there's some deaths starting to happen slowly in there. There's obviously all done by Eric inside the mall, but why is he doing that? I mean, obviously we know a little bit of the history, as I told you. His house was there, and they believed him to be dead in the fire. But so. Is he still after Melody? What's the photographer gonna do? Is he gonna suss out that it's Eric that's still alive? Is she gonna suss out Eric's still alive? You need to watch it and find out. What did I think of the film? I thought it was really good. It's a cool, cheesy 80s slasher film. I will do a top 10 80s cheesy horror films with all the sort of cheesy films in it. This has got lots of cheese in it. It's got some cheesy 80s music and clothes and haircuts. It's great. I love that. That's part of the real charm of the film. A bit like Pieces, as you know, as I love. It's that sort of charm. It's got that era feel to it. So it is quite dated. And the characters are quite nice. You know, they're quite likeable. And the ones that you're not supposed to like are quite cool. To me, it was like exactly the same as Phantom of the Opera, but Phantom of the Mall, because sort of Eric wears this sort of like mannequin's face covering that part of his face, a bit like the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera. So that's pretty much what they've done. They sort of copied it over into this movie, and it was good fun. The pluses of the film: the transfer is really nice. Arrow always do a great job of the transfer. This is a 2K restoration on there, and it does look really nice. The colours are really cool. The story's good, obviously, because it's a classic story like the Phantom of the Opera. I really enjoyed that, and there's some good deaths in it. Not very gory, but there's still some good deaths in it. It's only a 15. There's some good deaths in it, and there's a bit of nudity in there, which is always a plus. The negatives of the film, yeah, the Eric character, I think the story was a little bit lame, to be honest, and obvious straight from the start. And he was a bit lame himself, like doing all these sort of workout. When he's later in the film, he has a fight with a couple of guys, and he's doing these spinning kicks, but he misses every time. He's like, why are you bothering doing that then? What a waste of time. Little things like that were a bit stupid, but that's the only negatives of the film. I'm going to score this a great watch and give it a 7 out of 10. And that's me being kind. It's really more of a 6 out of 10 film, but I like the charm of the film. I like the sort of 80s feel. So it gets an extra point just for that. So that's 7 out of 10 for Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. I'm glad I picked that up. I picked that up on the Shocktober sale. If you remember right, I did an unboxing of it. So I'm really glad to get that. It's a good little film to have in my collection. And it is most certainly one I will go back and visit again. Because I enjoyed it. It was a good fun film. And I just sat there really sort of like giggling at some of the bits in there. Yeah, I kind of like these sort of cheesy films. So that's a 7 out of 10 film. Have any of you seen Phantom of the Mall? Let me know down below if you have, what you thought of it. I think it's quite a good little fun little film. Nothing special. It's not life-changing like Pieces. It's as bad as Pieces, but it's not as good as Pieces, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's definitely a really cool watch, and I really enjoyed watching it. Got my little Sullivan here. He wants to come up. Oh, here he comes. Hello, baby boy. Oh, here he is. Hello, baby. There he goes again. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, guys, till the next video, go and check out some channels for me. Check out Horror Hands. Check out The Horror Geek. Check out Man v Film. Check out Pizzlewell. I Am the Ice Lord. RS Design. Sarah of Horror. Check all these amazing channels out for me, guys. Until next time, look after yourselves. Look after one another. And I really hope I'll see you all soon.